Hi, my name is Dave Mastin. I'm the Executive Director of Government Relations at OSPI, and this is our legislative weekly update. The legislature is about 2/3 of the way through their legislative session, and what that means is we started with about 300 education bills that were introduced, and we're down to about 80. 40 House bills, 40 Senate bills. Those bills are now in the committee, so the Senate is hearing House bills, the House is hearing Senate bills, and we'll be doing that for the next week. One bill that I want to talk about in a hearing that just recently happened was on the sexual health education bill. That hearing was in the House Education Committee. I actually testified in the committee, and my focus was on trying to make sure that we had good information and good facts about what the bill does and what the bill does not do. We've heard a lot about it on Twitter and on Facebook. There were a lot of people in the committee. In fact, it filled up 2 committee rooms of people to come to both listen and also to testify. So we've heard quite a bit of comments, and there's a few that I wanted to address in this video. So there's kind of 3 areas where I want to make sure that the facts are out there and that people are aware of some of those details. First of all, I'd like to note that sexual health education is not new in our state. We've been teaching sexual health education in our schools for many decades, and so it's not completely a new area. And I hear some people thinking that this is brand new. It's not. It's been around for decades. Second point that I'd like to make is that I have heard that some people feel like OSPI is creating curriculum and that the school districts have to adopt it, and that's just not true. OSPI doesn't actually create curriculum. We do review curriculum with the Department of Health. We do create a list, and school districts are encouraged to look at that list. In fact, the statute says that they may use it as a resource. It doesn't say they have to, but it does say that they may. In fact, school districts may even adopt their own curriculum. And so we have always had a local control state when it comes to this kind of curriculum, and this bill keeps it the same way. Another area that I've heard people concerned about is the ability for parents to be able to look at the curriculum and make decisions about whether their child will take the course or whether they'll be able to opt out. Our state has a long history of requiring schools to have the comments from parents when it comes to developing or adopting curriculum, and this bill keeps that history, and so parents really do have a role there. Parents can always go in and review curriculum before their child takes a course, and that's been in our laws for a long time, and the bill keeps that as well. And finally, in our state, parents have always been allowed to opt out. They've always been able to opt out their children from these courses. The bill keeps that, and in fact strengthens it a little bit and makes sure that if a parent wants to opt their student out, that the school district has to abide by that. Now, we always have had our districts abide by that, but this was added language this year just to strengthen that section. With that, I'd like to close and thank you for this opportunity to address these issues and talk about some of the facts behind the bill. Look forward to talking to you again next week with our next legislative update. Hey, and please do leave comments or questions that you might have or areas that you'd like us to talk about. Look forward to seeing you next week.